Computer graphics with OpenGL or Open Graphics. It is a cross language and platform for rendering two-dimensional and three-dimensional vector graphics. It was created in 1992 by Kronos Group, Mark Siegel and Kurt Ackley for the American computer scientists. A basic library of functions is provided in OpenGL for specifying graphics primitives, attributes, geometric transformations, viewing transformations, and many other operations. OpenGL is designed to be hardware independent, so many operations, such as input and output routines, are not included in the basic library. However, input and output routines and many additional functions are available in auxiliary libraries that have been developed for OpenGL programs. In addition to the OpenGL basic core library, there are a number of associated libraries for handling special operations. The OpenGL utility GLU provides routines for setting up, viewing, and projection matrices describing complex objects. To create a graphics display using OpenGL, we first need to set up a display window on our video screen. This is simply the rectangular area of the screen in which our picture will be displayed. The OpenGL utility toolkit provides us a library of functions for interacting with any screen windowing system. The GLUT library functions are prefixed with GLUT, and this library also contains a method for describing and rendering curves. When we see about in the includes Windows H and Windows stdhio and GLUT, this is included and this is known as the header files. And that's why we should know what is the relationship is that is concluded here. And this is the define pi must be used as a constant. And the function to initialize here, we can see here the void myInit making the background color black as the first. This is RGB, which means includes the black, and this is the opacity. And this is used RGBA opacity or transparency. And this means make the color in the three floating points in the green, making picture color green in the RGB. So that we can see here, the point size included the breadth of picture boundary is 1 pixel, and the show the sequence at the process of the projection. And load identity, the graphics must be loaded into to optimize and show the scene. Setting window dimension in X and Y direction. This is the orthogonality two-dimensional. And this means void display, GL clear, GL color buffer bit, and GL begin, GL points. To draw here, it must be drawing the points in the graphics. So we understood about that like that. And iterate y up to 2 times pi into 360 degree. Well, with a small increment in angle at the GL vertex 2, I just draws a point. So we can use the for loop here. Use for loop iterations. So we can see like that, and every time we can understood like this, and we can show every time what should be done. So we can see here at that circle is 200 radius of circle and s. Circle is defined as x is r cos I and y are cosine. Here we can check it like this in the determination. When you're happy with the code, you need to determine here with the GLUT initial at the argument, and this is the main function, and shows here on the return value with the GLUT main loop that can load this and display and send, and here send the graphics to the display here. Well, we understood like that. When you are creating by the myInit, this showing in the crate here, this is the function initialization. The function and the graphics initialization. So we understood how can we simplify like that. When you're happy with the code, you need to execute the following here as we can determine like this. So for the first time, we need to compile and execute the following here. When you're happy with the code, you need to check like that. And you can check everything as we have given the interpretation. Congratulations, you just drew the circle in OpenGL graphics. This is an OpenGL graphics, what you have to learn about it today.